Hang. My name is Jeff Towers, and my guest today will be Johnny Rabb of Collective Soul and New 80.
There it is, dude. Yeah, it's just us on here. There's so many viewers.
There's so many viewers, but that's okay. Well, it's all about the rebroadcast, right? That's what I've been learning.
No, it is. Give me 1 second. For some reason, I cannot see your mouth moving. I don't understand what's going on. But
I'm wearing a mask again.
My God, dude, that's the weirdest mask I've ever seen. Yeah. Hair thing is jacked up too, dude. Put it back on just for a second. People be kind of tripping out on that. And then
It's funny.
You got to show.
I got this mask because it looked like somebody I worked with over at WestJet.
Well, it also sort of looks like your beard.
A little bit.
I don't mean to be rude, dude. A lot of it.
Oh yeah, you think so?
Kind of.
The only thing is the mouth doesn't move, so that's what makes it super creepy, and the eyes don't blink. Like those are pictures.
Yeah, you called me earlier, and I was all. I was like super afraid to say anything. I'm like, what is going on?
And you can't see through it either. My wife there, she hates it. She thinks it's the creepiest thing in the world.
On real quick. Hang on. There it is. Hey, man.
That's a pretty good mask. That's a pretty good mask. I like stretching it around and stuff. It looks super freaky.
Queen. All right.
How you been, man? How you been?
You good?
I'm good. How you been?
I'm good. I'm pretty good. I'm actually sorry about the jiggly thing here. This is a nice piece of artwork. It's at my singer's house, Paul Souza. We have a band together called NU80 or New 80. And we're rehearsing to try to get through. It really is pre-production. I never really realized what that word really meant until now. And now I understand what it means because we truly are pre-producing this show, and it's pretty exciting. Sorry, I'm just kind of adjusting the camera. I've got like the worst portable stand on the planet.
There we go.
Your
frame.
Okay.
Your frame.
Right. What are you enjoying? Some Red Bull? No.
No, some Fresca.
My God. Okay. Good. That reminds me of my early California days. My mom would have a Fresca for some reason.
It's the soda water one though, so it's not like the pop. It's the soda water.
Here's mine. There's my label. It's actually got my wife's name on it because she was nice enough to get it.
That's love, man. That's love.
Uh-oh. There it is. Somebody's saying, great stuff, Jeff. That's great.
Oh, I don't even see that. Where is that? Way down here.
Yeah, you see it?
Okay. Yeah. Oh, what did I do? Oh, I didn't want to type. There we go. Done. So, welcome to Drum Chat Hang. We've been trying to do this for a while. Well, you and I were talking about it like almost a year ago.
I know. Yeah. I've had to reschedule it multiple times, mainly for the reason of privacy. It's very difficult on the road to not have either background noise. You're on the bus. You got people coming in over your shoulder.
Oh yeah, totally.
Anyway, it made fun.
That's what makes it fun, though.
Well, speaking of the road, I just got off the road, and now no one stops. I guess in life you continue to try to do projects and different things. So today as I said, we're at Paul's beautiful home here in Indianapolis, and they're in the basement studio working on 80s songs, and it's this band is sick. I love that. This is a fun project, and we're trying to get this thing. I know it's like going to sound like the movie Step Brothers, but worldwide, we're trying to get this thing. Speaking of that, an awesome band when I was in Canada.
What was that?
Remember you were on the top of the bar playing with that?
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, at the casino. Right. Yeah. Yeah, with Son of Ray. Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
good. So
that was a fun night.
It's a great, and all those band members were cool too. I appreciated that. That was fun.
Yeah, they're cool people for sure.
What was I going to say? So my focus is obviously the family stuff, taking care of stuff at home. I got the home studio finished. My God, I love Amazon so much, but it seems like every time I order something, I either screw it up getting it out of the box, or I ordered a set of studio monitors, and how about this one? One showed up, and then I look at the shipping, and it says one of one. You know, you always want to do that. Like, is this one of two? Stereo? Nope, one of one. So immediately got the, shipping tape, whatever the heck you call it, and I didn't even take it out of the box. It's going right back. So I told my wife it's 2 steps forward every day and 1 step or like 80 back. I swear.
No kidding. That's the shape of the future, though. I was having a big argument with somebody recently about that, who was really adamant about not supporting the local shops anymore because of timeline and whatnot. It takes so long to get things in. And I think a lot of people forget that, at least in Canada, there's a distribution step that happens more so than in the States. When you're waiting for a product, it's got to go through the distribution and then get to the store. So it's got to come from wherever it's coming, end up at the distribution, and then get to the store, and then get to you. So it's an extra step, and a lot of people are losing their patience with that because Amazon, is quicker. But the problem with it that I'm seeing with Amazon, and having worked in a shop for so long, it's killing the industry. It's killing the industry, for sure.
Sorry to interrupt. I was going to tell you, you're correct. But I'm going to tell you, I'm not anti-drum shops. I'm not anti.
Oh, no, I know, fully.
But I am not going to sit here and I'm always going to be transparent, and that is I use Amazon almost every day. And I think it's weird when I you look at it, people don't realize this. That speaker came from Reno. So some company has an Amazon account, and it says we're Indianapolis Amazon warehouse. So they're just drop shipping it for Amazon. It's the craziest thing. It worked. I really like the Prime membership. Whether it's paper towels, stuff that I used to go to Sam's Club. I don't know what Canada has, but Costco.
Yeah.
Used to work at Axe Music. I'm not trying to bring up names, but I get it.
Right.
I used to work at Skip's Music in Sacramento. We're just talking about Sweetwater. I was just on the phone with Sweetwater today about some gear. The shipping thing, the showing up at the doorstep thing is so magical if you think about the car not having to be used. And I don't mean this rude. I'm going to leave. You can put the names in you want to, but in Indianapolis we have the 2 major box stores, and I love them. But I'm not going to lie, they better step it up pretty soon because you go, and I feel so bad because one of the major name stores had the drum person, and they're like, "Hey, Johnny, what are you doing? I haven't seen you in a while." I did a clinic at one of them. Super sweet person. But let me tell you something. One of the other ones, there was no one to be found. There was customers walking around the area. Half the stuff, it's no one that works there's fault, but I'm saying it's a big difference from when I used to go in there as a, I guess, clinician or even a person that was enjoying the music mall type thing.
Right.
There's no one there. I walked in, I almost said the word, a place like that, and walked out after an hour without having anyone say a word to me. That's amazing. And
that's pretty crazy.
I don't mean that by ego of saying that they should. I'm not talking about like, they should recognize. Who cares?
No, it's a matter of service. It's not even a matter of recognition.
It's the weirdest thing. And then how about this? I had a guy come up to me I was looking at little miniature speakers for my record player, just for the reference. Little teeny, and these little Alesis ones sounded pretty full range. They're like that big, and I was like, how much are these? They're like $99. I'm like, I didn't buy them, but you like that? I didn't get them. But this guy comes up, and he's like, hey man, because I started scratching a little bit on the Serato or whatever the hell, the DJ, and so I'm scratching, and it's not the best scratching. So this guy comes up and he goes, hey man, can I show you a couple things on there? And I'm like, yeah. He helped me more than anyone in the place. He doesn't work there. He was just a DJ, and he's like, I think it's cool that we start talking shop. He's doing a better job than there was employees at this place.
Yep.
And then so let's just leave it at that. I think in this day and age, we all know what we kind of want. If you don't know what you want and you still believe in the hands-on thing, cool. I love that. But what I don't like is when you go in and you try to do hands-on, there's nothing to put your hands on. I've seen that happen.
Yeah.
No drums in the drum department. I used to work for Roland. All the electronics are thrashed. People are looking at me like, you don't know what you're doing. And I'm like, that's cool. Don't worry about it. I do. I almost want to help Roland out by like resetting up gear that's thrashed. I don't even work for him anymore.
Yeah, that's the truth, man. I find that at every shop up here too. There'll be an occasional person that really gives their heart and soul into it, but there's not that soul input anymore like it used to be. No,
and I guess my last thing is ours is about 20 minutes away from my house. The two majors are literally next. It's kind of like Home Depot and Lowe's here. In Menards, there's the three, mega stores here. Lame gear. Whoever said that, I don't know what you mean, but that's quite a comment. Just in general, lame gear. Clarify what you mean by lame gear.
Yeah, that sounds like.
I love that.
Is that a dig? I don't know.
Hey everyone.
Guess we'll find out.
Lame gear.
Play something. There's no driving report, guys. It's a chat.
Yeah. So anyway, what drove me nuts is you're getting in there and you don't know how you can come out of there. I've been to both those stores lately, and I vowed I'm not going to go back into them. I vowed that. Then all of a sudden I'm like, oops, I waited too long. I need to go get an XLR cable. And that's the funny thing. People ask me, are you buying drums? No, I'm buying like mixers and XLRs and instrument cables and lights. So
yeah, it's all the other stuff that we don't have a connection on.
Well, what's funny is that, like you said, the connection, but also the idea of now I'm like 1/5, whatever, fourth owner, whatever you want to call it, full percentage owner of this new 80 band, and so I find myself the majority of the money being spent is on production stuff. It's not drums. Yeah, and then my last point, stores. I found myself all of a sudden getting 3 things at the same day: a rack mixer, mount thing like on wheels.
Yeah.
All my XLRs, all my stuff online, and I have not done anything but press the thing on the phone. And it's the same thing with shoes. I use Zappos all the time. So anyway, we can change the subject, but it's it's gone a little bit. That joy of walking into, unless it's a high-end drum shop, the joy is kind of gone for me. So,
Yeah, I feel that. There isn't anything new that's really like blowing my hair back either. As far as like walk in and go, wow, that's really cool. It all seems to be rehashed, same stuff.
Yeah, like here in town, sometimes I used to live in Chicago. So Chicago Music Exchange, which is obviously reverb.com, I'll go in there and I love looking around the place because the gear is cool. And they care about having vintage stuff, and they care about new vintage, like the boutique companies.
Like AF. Have you seen AF?
Oh, yeah. And,
oh, man, that stuff's amazing.
I think
beautiful.
It's fantastic. I think that story of that is fantastic, and Rami, the owner, I call him Rami. Hopefully it's not Ramy. I doubt it's Ramy. Like through chats, and I think what they're doing is phenomenal. They got John Aldridge involved on the engraving. They've created, as I said, like you said, the new vintage look. Beautiful stuff. It looks like so far. It looks inviting to play. You know.
Yeah.
And the sounds are awesome. I have not yet bought anything from them, but once the bank account gets better, I might, because I think it's really cool.
Well, speaking of the bank account, up here it's like a $6,000 note for like a 4-piece kit.
I have to be honest. I was going to get a, and this is not any slam. In fact, if they happen to see this somehow, it's all good. But there was a 10-inch little snare, and it was out of my price range. I got to be honest. It wasn't. That doesn't mean that it's not worth it. But I do feel like that custom stuff they make does carry a pretty heavy price tag.
Yeah.
But
well, any custom usually does. You know, it has a situation where it's like a little bit more than you know, catalog custom or even special order catalog for that matter. But yeah, there is the boutique of this might be the only one. That's kind of the vibe that I get when I see that stuff. And that's where the appeal, I think, sits.
It's amazing. Don't get me wrong. I wish money was not an object, but obviously...
No, for sure.
yeah. And obviously...
I did get a new snare this week. Well, being on the Mapex team and everything, I got the new 30th anniversary snare.
Nice.
Like 2 days ago. So I haven't tuned it up yet. I did an unboxing video because that's what the kids do, right? So,
I mean,
apparently that's what you're supposed to do. So I did an unboxing video of it, which I'm sure I did completely wrong.
No,
but
I don't unbox. I sometimes. I mean, I love it. Like, and I love that you did the unboxing video. I'm trying to get it together, like with the studio and stuff, and start filming a little bit more. And you know how we're doing this. I'm going to do a plug for my show. Is the one that's on Instagram is called Go Live with Johnny Rabb. I've done. Here's what's irritating. I did one and it was a success.
Yeah.
It didn't save, so that bugs me out. So I really like this concept, and then you can repost later. So this and your Facebook, you and I have talked about this. It's a great way to communicate and chat and like.
Oh yeah, for sure. It opens up it opens up the whole dialogue and everything, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Really good for that. I'll PM you the info on how to do that, how to track it, to get it so you can dump it on your YouTube or your Instagram or Facebook.
Well, my Jesse Triplett, the guitar player, Collective Soul, and my really good friend, we talked about it. You can use your computer or iPhone to, especially on Instagram, the iPhone to screen record.
Yeah.
So you don't have to count on the Instagram software to save the video.
Yeah. I use Androids personally. I prefer the Motorola's. The battery lasts like forever on the Motorola's. It's incredible.
Really?
So, yeah. I mean, somebody always makes fun of me about my pictures looking like they were taken with a potato, but I don't care.
No. Fantastic. Yeah, man. So
what else is going on? What's going on with you with studio and all that? Studio's done?
Yeah, I was going to say, studio is done. Collective Soul is off the road till next week. We go to Niagara Falls. Are you near there? No.
I love my American friends so much. It's like asking me when I'm from California if I'm near New York City.
I
love it. It happens. Don't feel bad because every single American pal, hey man, I'm gonna be in Prince Edward Island. Is that you coming to the show tonight? The guy that used to do that the most was Willie Nelson's tour manager. He'd be like, baby boy, you coming to the show tonight? We're playing in Prince Edward Island. And I'm in Alberta, which is like basically comparing like the eastern seaboard to like, Washington.
I totally
like Washington State.
Where like in
Alberta's right above Idaho.
See, that's where I'm getting confused because we did some of the Canada stuff, and I always think it's just like, oh, it's got to be close to Toronto, or, it's got to. I don't even know the United States map that well, so don't worry.
Well, I'll tell you this. I went to high school in Houston, Texas, and I did notice on the maps that there was the American map of America,
yeah,
but there was nothing above it or below it on the map. It was like it was like if you didn't know any better, you thought that was a coastline.
That's a good point. I remember as a kid, they totally segregate the states, and it's all North America. It's like. So I hear you. We are on education. They want to make that map as big. We can't even keep track of our states. So
yeah,
I'm with you, buddy. And that I lucked out as a kid because I had the big old clanky satellite dish my dad had on the roof. Yeah. And I got to see all the hockey games in Canada, much music, and then what was the other Canadian music channel?
Music Plus? Was it that one?
Yeah. So
was Quebec. Oh yeah. Both bro.
Yeah.
Music Plus was a Quebec version of Much Music. Yes.
Loved it. So people are like, how do you know Spoons? And how do you know Honeymoon Suite? And how do you know Glass Tiger? And like Glass Tiger obviously cross over to the States, but I'm a big 80s fan, so I'm trying to think. Studio. I got the studio going. I'm trying to track for people, trying to get that all up and running and getting gear. And, as I said, Collective Soul will be next week in near your neck of the woods in Canada. Niagara Falls.
Did you know that Niagara Falls is like, it was at least when I was a kid, apparently it was like where you went on honeymoon. Like on your honeymoon, you'd go to Niagara Falls.
Makes sense. It's awesome.
Well, I think there's nothing else to do, right? So.
Well, yeah. It looks amazing there at
oh, yeah.
The Canada side of Niagara Falls is amazing. I remember I've been there a couple times, but this one time, the last time, with the band played at the United States side casino there. You know what that is? That big one. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I can't remember.
Played there. Me and Dean, guitar player, great friend. We walked down. We did the Maid of the Mist thing around the up, walked over, and went over the bridge with our passports, and then had beers at like whatever thing there was for a couple hours, and then walked back with the passports again through. We almost had a problem coming back a little bit. They took a little time to get back in the States. All walking, and then walked back to the casino and had some more beverages. It was great.
That's cool.
We enjoyed
it. Yeah, Niagara Falls.
Niagara. Yeah, so if you're in the Niagara area,
it is a hell of a show, man. Like when Connie and I went to see it in Calgary, that band is slick. Everybody's got it really, it's dialed in. And that was a year ago and a bit. So I mean, I imagine now even more so, right? As things progress.
I think the band has got a solid thing going right now. I don't know what, it's just a great chemistry, and we're able to play live. And I don't mean this to sound big-headed or arrogant. We do not rehearse. We rarely sound check, and that's not like bragging. It's just once we get that show down, the first week of tour, it's a set list that we all know. And once the set lists start to feel familiar, then it's just like very tight. And then it's like I associate it with like professional sports. If a basketball player has like a bad game, they're still pro, and the bad game's still good, but they might be like, oh my God, what happened on that? Why did I miss so many shots or whatever?
Yeah.
And so that to me feels like what happens to us. We might have I have plenty of nights where I'm like, what was I doing? I was overthinking it so bad that I made a mistake by overthinking it. Totally weird.
That must be is that a huge challenge for you? Because I mean, you're playing and your creativity is like on a different level of like complexity. And when you have to strip it down to certain songs for Collective Soul, where it's just like snare, kick, hi-hats, and that's it, and nothing, on the periphery of it. How do you handle that? Like, how do you bring yourself down to that one in that zen?
Well, great question, but I will say that a lot of people, I had a comment one time online, I'm going to answer this, that said, what is he doing with Collective Soul? Because they were used to seeing like all the clinic stuff. And I want to make it clear that in my defense, that's what I grew up doing, was songs, like from AC/DC to the Cars, Thomas Dolby, Devo, like 2 and 4, not fills and things like that. So this was not something that, because somebody was saying like, aren't you, and the guys know I don't mean this as disrespect, I love the band.
Yeah.
I'm same with I have an 80s band for you know what's sake. I mean, you couldn't get more fun and simple with the electronics and all that stuff. So programming. So I love program music. I love 2 and 4. So what happens is it's not the simplicity of the grooves or something. It really is your mindset of the arrangement or doing something stupid, looking down at the set list and going, oh yeah, that's right. I've done this so many times on this last tour. It's so stupid. Here's this song to Y Part 2 to Shine, and for some reason my brain just goes past Shine, and I'm like, what did I just do? I just skipped a song. Luckily, Ed is cool enough to look over me all, what happened? And then keep going. Everyone's so pro, they keep going, but you carry that with you the whole show. So you're like,
yeah, totally. You wear it.
Like, God, like, I just screwed the show up. Crowd doesn't know, but my friends on stage know, and they're cool enough. They're not going to chew me out, but I like that there's a quick reminder, like, dude, read the set list. That's it. That's it. You don't take that and then freak out and go back to your bunk going, oh, they're mad, or because you'll know if somebody's mad and they're not. They're just saying, let's keep it. Everyone has their moments of that. Literally is that. I hate the term brain fart, but I swear to God, it really is. The only time I had something weird happen where it didn't feel like a brain fart, it felt like I'm not happy to say this, but some sort of actual hurt, like almost not a seizure, because that's not fair, because I know that's a real deal, but
yeah,
a literal mental lapse where there was one time about a month ago, I'm playing, and two things can happen. One is this one happened. I've never had this happen. This one freaked me out. It freaked Will out too. I'm like playing, and for a split, if I'm playing, just doing this, for a split second, my entire body went, you don't know how to play drums anymore. I'm talking a split second. It just went, and I went, whoa. And I remember going, what was that crap? Put another word in there. You know what I mean? What? And Will's like, and he literally goes, you okay? And he knew it was not just a space out. And I go, I'm good. And no one in the crowd could tell. You would have been able to tell, as a drummer.
Yeah.
And it freaked me out. So that happened. The other thing that could happen is this. Man, this is so weird that and that everyone on stage knows how to play their instrument. What a trip. Oh, man. Look at Jesse over there. Nice. How the hell does he know all this, frets so well and like all his chords and
yeah.
Man, Ed sings great. Then guess what? The next thing that happens, you eat crap. You're screwing up either set list or I'm going over to the sampler and putting the wrong song, on there, for some of the keyboard parts that I trigger live.
Right.
And you can really get quickly screwed up. But the biggest thing is if you go one measure after that screw up and keep it with you, you're going to screw up again.
Yeah.
And if you start thinking, oh my God, is somebody mad at me on stage right now? Or like, so I'm really hard on myself. The guys will tell you the same thing. So if I carry that with me of Is there a vibe coming at me? And there's not. I can overthink my way into a mistake so quickly. And they're little. There's never train wrecks. And I don't know, but there's never show-stopping mistakes. But
that's maturity in playing. That the recovery is what it's all about. Like, I mean, if you're able to recover on anything, chances of actually having a train wreck and the song completely stops is pretty low.
Yeah. So to answer your question back to the thing is, how do I get in that mindset? I try to, like a pilot, and I'm not a pilot, but I could imagine like them checking all the stuff. You said that obviously you're the airline. You have a lot of safety protocol. You don't want to, like you said, the people getting hurt or killed with the engines or whatever the hell. That's not good. You can't recover from that. So being careful as a pilot would to check all the stuff or the protocol. It sounds stupid, but whenever I make the mistake, whether it's, I can't help that mental lapse if I glitch up, or sometimes it's a physical mistake and I can't help it. The band thinks, what is he doing? Sometimes my placement of the China cymbal will get over the floor tom too much, and I get the stick under it, and I'm like, are you kidding me? You know, there's one time like a month ago, same thing, go for regular easy fill, and it gets caught underneath the thing, and it's like underneath the cymbal, my stick goes, and then for some reason, then you start going, why is my stick bag in the dumbest place ever for me to get a stick?
Yeah.
And I'm one-handed, and Will's looking at me laughing, and I'm like, this is horrible. The next thing I know, no joke, within the same song, I go to do a simple, I'm not paying attention, I'm joking around with Jesse or something, I go to do something, and now the stupid stick gets, because I'm too comfortable, gets caught underneath the hi-hat, blocks the other stick from the backbeat, so it's got boom, scat, boom, nothing. So, just boom, scat, boom, boom. And everyone's like, you get the funny looks of like, dude. So somebody had said they like the pilot analogy. I'm not kidding. I've noticed that the stuff I get too comfortable with, I watch it. There's times before, and I have to hurry and start songs. It's not too crazy. It's not like segueing too crazy, but I have to, now I make it a point. I look down and I look to the right really quick to make sure that that I've got my SPDSX with the right song and the right song on the paper down there. Because I've been case of using the SPDSX as the set list, and that's where I triggered off the intro of like why or something, and I'm in charge of it. And Ed's like, he's great, but he's looking at me like, his funny thing is he goes, okay, to the crowd. And then I have to say, all the guys are so flexible. They do not do that thing of like shaming, or it's pretty awesome. Like they'll be like, okay, that was weird. And then after they'll be like, dude, can you read a set list? There might be one little comment, and all that is a little face jab.
Yeah, jab.
Get it together, and we all do it. We're all human. So I really have to tell you that I'm looking down and going, I mean, just as I've been with them for 8 years, as next year starts the 9th year, I just am very careful about getting too comfortable ever. I don't take the job for granted. I don't think they're going to replace me, but I never have my mindset and my ego go, I'll never be replaced. I'm like, what if you got replaced tomorrow? Okay, so let's get the game, and that can happen any moment. I can get a phone call today. I love the guys. If that ever happened, I love them still. They're like brothers. But my point is, I don't want my performance to be any reason. So I really try to lock that in. And I'm talking dumb stuff. Walking back up, about a half an hour before show, is the sampler on the intro tune. I have to see it twice. I can't just even if I leave, there's been times I've left and come back up and looked again and gone, okay, cool, all right. So I don't want that thing if my buddy John, the guitar tech, starts the show with a stick. If it's the wrong thing, lame. So that, following the set list, at the end of each song, verbally going, that was the end of Shine. I'm not kidding. Like, I'll go, that was the end of Shine. It's fast. I'm like, that was the end of Shine, and what, okay, now we're going to Y Part 2. I will verbally do it now because I've made the error only a couple times, but I'm like, skipping a song on the list.
It happens. It happens. We're only human, right? We're only human.
It is human. I'm proud to say the band does not play, 2 tracks. We have, if I have a Rhodes piano come in, I literally am playing, and here comes the chorus, boom, get out, boom, Rhodes, and it's in. And if I miss that trigger and it's not in time, it's off. So
yeah.
There's nothing locked. I don't have any sort of, like Ableton, you can lock it. I don't have that. It's, I have to hit it in real time, and I like that.
So there isn't, like, the show's not time coded then?
No, not at all.
That's awesome.
It is great because solo longer. I mean, there's proof of it because for like 2 shows in a row, Ed's like, John Rabb, drum solo, or groove solo, or whatever. Like, give me some funk or whatever he says. No problem. I turn off the loop and come right back in for Jesse's solo, and I love that. And I think they like it too because it doesn't lock them in at all. So the form can be different every night. And believe me, I'm ready for it. Like, it's like, oh, he's doing solos now. And this is not any sort of weird thing on Ed. I like that he is in the mood to be like, all right, play me some metal. Okay, and I do my version of, whatever. Or play me some funk. Do my version. And then, okay, Jesse. And it's like, pretty cool. Like a keyboard. I want to be able to like a keyboard player. Like a keyboard player, they can stop. I don't want it. But hold on a second. We can't do anything. Ed, don't do that. We got the keyboard going to come in 2 measures. It's like,
yeah, tracks. I just did a show doing production for a band, and I watched a little bit out front, and it sounded flawless. And I was like, this is really cool. And then I went and watched from the wings of the stage. It was in the same theater you played at, that Jubilee there. And I saw some things that were like, would have lined up visually out front to the audio, but because I was on the side of the stage, there's no monitors on the stage, I could see where I saw the Wizard is basically what it was. You know how the Wizard of Oz idea is you saw the Wizard because it opened up and there it is, and now you can't watch out front anymore.
I get it. I think that the weirdest thing is when if we have guests at the show, can we stand side stage? No. I'm so glad that we don't do that because we're wearing a couple things. I know that we got drummers on here, we got people, but if you see these in your ears, that's not cheating. Those are our speakers or monitors in our ears from our monitor mix guy on the side of the stage, because if this is the stage, here's the crowd, here's us, here's the little line arrays or the speakers. These are shooting this way, audio waves to the crowd. If you're at all behind them, you cannot hear them. So we can't use these as monitors to listen to. So it's the equivalent of, I know you know this, Jeff, but direct contact with your audio on the stage. So we ears, and sometimes you go side stage to watch a band and they're on all ears. Why? But it's a drum set and maybe an amp or two, no vocals. So we always tell people, please even family members, get out in the front and check out the show. Fern's doing a great job mixing it. You have the best seat in the house in the front. And I've seen it too. I've seen some fails of tracks and on some bands. And,
oh yeah.
I'll
tell you, I did a couple of dates for Eric Church. You familiar with Eric Church at all?
Yep. The Nashville. Yep. Lived in Nashville for 12 years.
Unbelievable. I've worked for them a lot over the years, but this last tour that they did, he did it's called a double down tour. So 2 dates in every spot that he stops.
Nice.
there was not a computer on the stage. There was not an electronics triggering unit on the stage. There was no tracks. There was a SR-16, Alesis, old SR-16, that they were running for the drummer just purely for a metronome on some songs.
That's good.
2 drum kits, rotating stage, so he would change it up every couple songs. He would flip it over, and it'd go from like a 6 to 7 piece kit to like a 4 piece, like, you know, meat and potatoes, you know, 12, 16, 22 or 24, and like a couple crashes and a ride. And it was the greatest show I've seen in so long.
Good.
It was so refreshing and so beautiful.
Well, that is refreshing.
Both shows.
That type of approach, that's what we feel like we're able to do as well. There are no, if you saw how little I was using the SPDSX, you'd be like, well, you have seen it, but
yeah.
The point of it is, that thing is just like, if we don't have it, no, it's really no problem. I trip out sometimes when we're playing like Shine. I'm like, oh, that's us. Or, wow, this is us. There's no, like, if it's stopped. I've seen it. There's rumor has it, and I will not name names. Jesse and I were talking about the Nashville scene. And I lived there for 12 years. He still lives there now. I miss it, but I live in Indianapolis now. It's a lot easier going for me. I dig it. Its cost of living's awesome. The airport has like no one in it. There's rules. We talked about a show that he saw, and as I said, I won't mention the name, but that when he was there, even the drums were just basically being played on top of already recorded drums, and the drums were not even put to, I'm gonna put it in layman's term, but to front of house, which means obviously speakers. And again, I'm not trying to be condescending, but I don't know who knows what. So it wasn't going to the front of house. It wasn't going through the speakers, the main speakers, and all to the audience. So
Yeah.
Why? Basically, the drummer was visual. Not saying the drummer couldn't play the parts.
Yeah.
The entire show was the space ball.
See, I wonder if somebody higher up has been telling these guys you have to do that in order to make it. And I think it's the biggest crock of bullshit that anything is being served up at the moment. Because, I mean, it used to, you had to be a good player to be a musician, to be on a stage, on a sizable tour. And now it just has to be, you have to look the part and be able to pretend to be what is needed.
Well, in this case, you know, you're right. In this case, too, I'm sitting there kind of laughing. The particular drummer is he's fine, you know, at drums, but I'm going, he's doing all these videos for endorsements and stuff. And I'm going, you're not even playing the drums with your band. And I know, you know, I'm not saying names, so like I can't get busted, but I'll just say, if that's the case, I'm not going to lie to you, I don't think I would do the gig. I don't think that I would do miming the drums. I've done that for TV before at Disney. That was the weirdest experience I've ever had, and it looks amazing on TV, but it looks foolish to like my drummer friends. Like, dude, sweet, like there's another snare part that you missed that came through the audio. And I'm like, I know, trust me, you know. I have no problem with that if you have to do that for a video, like to shoot a video or something. But if you and in that drummer's defense, I haven't even named who it is, but they can play drums fine. I don't mean to be rude with the word fine. It's not my favorite drummer on the planet, but they could do the gig. They're doing the gig. I can't believe that even exists. I know, like, on some of the bigger vocal people, too. Again, I'll try to be cool and not name names, but some of the Vegas residencies are all tracks. My buddy plays for one of the biggest ones, and he's like, dude, I'm playing along with the album tracks, and my stuff is not even through the house. Case in point, guess who doesn't have that job anymore because they decided to only do dancers? My buddy.
Yeah, you become redundant, like planned redundancy.
It's, Yeah, I don't mean to be negative. It's just the weirdest thing, to see that. And man, like you said, good for you for seeing that show. There's something refreshing for that. Collective Soul is definitely rocking live in real time, and that's an exciting thing for me. Case in point, when I stop, I get the looks from the band. So I'm really playing. I'm really playing the drums, and switching gears real quick. The 80s band, the NU80. If you want to, there's not much up there now, folks, but at NU80 band is the Instagram, and I'm going to put up some videos later. We're really trying to have a very high produced. We're realizing the songs sound like all the 80s hits. And there's no lying. There are definitely, with this band, some keyboard tracks because it's
You need it.
Oh, and there's an art to that too. But those tracks away with our band, it is the band. Our first gig we did for a pole vaulting event, like an Olympic athlete thing. Our singer Paul is an ex-champion from Penn State, pole vaulting champion, and so we did this gig, and it was with no tracks. So we pride ourselves on like the full produced version, and then the version with just as a band. I totally think it's important to play to click. I think it's important to be able to play the tracks. It's a shame when people are not playing anything. Like, in other words, their drums are not out front. So, and what I was going to say, my goal with this band is all the drums, I'm going backwards and reproducing stuff from OMD to, Duran Duran, Simple Minds, and trying to get those drum sounds on that thing. I see somebody's asking about dates for New 80. Yes, we will. That band will be, I know it sounds silly, but nationwide within the next year. And some of it I won't be playing. Some of it Jeff might be playing. I have no idea. And I say
I didn't get that contract yet.
I say that because here's the concept. The band will be, the original members doing the thing, and then we're trying to get musicians jobs. Like, and I'm not being condescending to you, Jeff. What I'm saying is there might be
bullet.
Yeah, you know what I mean. An Alberta version of NU80, where you're like, dude,
There is. It's called Side One Band, and they play all of the corporate gigs, and it's like everybody who plays basically in the Nashville North scene.
Yeah.
All play when they're not out with their recording artist guy or girl. They're doing the Side One Band thing. It's a brilliant concept, and I mean it's a floating members because you're playing corporates. This is what you do on these.
Yep.
You make tons of money. You're playing corporates, and so it doesn't matter who's in the band because the people at the corporate gigs don't even know the difference between anything. So that's the beauty of it.
I'll be honest though, it doesn't matter who's in the band, but it does matter how they play.
It does, yeah, and that's why 90% of the people in that band are all like Nashville North heavyweight dudes, right? So they're all people that play on that professional level already. So there is definitely a level you have to be at.
Totally. So
I'm not in that band.
Well, for example, just so you know how it goes, because that's why I'm not saying you've said yes or we talked about it, but for real, it could be a thing where I get a hold of you and go, dude, we've got bookings. Will you lead Alberta's version of NU80? So the idea right now that it's 100 songs we have. Our guitar player Joe is killing at guitar, but also killing on the production of the tracks. And somebody had said they saw me at Daddy Jack's, which is, or they missed the show in Daddy Jack's, and that's no problem. That was a good show, but we're taking the month of December to completely get the production going. And that's the funny thing that people don't. Oh, I just want to let everyone know that right now it is snowing for the first time in Indianapolis. There you go. Right now.
Oh, jeez. Groundbreaking moment.
Hey, hang on. Paul! It's snowing. Joe, it's snowing. Weird. All right.
We had snow in September. And again. And again. Worse.
Snowing right now. Give me a goddamn break. Pardon my mouth. So anyway, Joe is, there's Paul. You want to say hi, Paul? Here's our singer. Here, you got to get in here more. How goes?
How you doing, man?
So we're talking about, it's snowing, dude. I can't believe it. Give me a break on that, huh? Ice skating. God. Anyway, so with NU80, the idea is we know this is going to happen. We're going to, there you go. He's having an early beer. The idea is to have multiple bands working. So if somebody says, well, when's your band gigging? We'll be like, which one? Or like, we have a gig tonight, how many? And so you mentioned the idea. So you could be the guy in Alberta and wherever you wanted to travel to. There's going to be satellite bands, and of course, like the quality control of the bands is handled by us. But it's 100 songs. Right now it's at least 3 45-minute sets, and then these 100 songs that we can fill in. And the concept is obviously we know you're going to love it because you already do. Because the songs are already hits. It's not like we do write music too, but the whole thing is people are freaking out to the 80s. We grew up in the 80s. We love it. So it's mainly the synth pop 80s music that we're doing, new wave synth pop, and our goal is to make it sound just like the record, and that includes drum sounds, synth sounds, guitar parts, and Paul's a fantastic vocalist with many albums to his name, and so that's what we're doing today. We're here pre-producing the stuff, and it's pretty exciting. So I'm not kidding. You have to keep in mind if there's other drummers in different states, you can go ahead and DM me to have keep you on the list or whatever. Because for real, within a year we'll have multiple of these bands.
That's awesome. That's a great concept.
Yeah.
Great concept.
I don't want to pretend that we made it up, but as you know, but you're correct in the sense of you go to a casino in Reno, you go to a casino in Atlantic City, there's cover bands, but our concept is not just coming in there and playing and sounding good on stage. It's everything from the video production to the lights to you leave that show going, what in the hell did I just watch? I just was completely thrown back into the 80s. So, yeah, you get it.
Yeah, in a good way, yeah.
Yeah. And we want to give, the thought was we want to try to give people work. I don't know about anybody else, but when I went to school in Berkeley in Boston, and when I got out of college there, moved to Nashville a year after going back home to California, and somebody made the mistake, it's very nice, but saying, dude, you'll be doing sessions within 3 weeks. I'm like, oh my God, pack my bags, I'm going to move to Nashville. I didn't do sessions for
no.
I didn't do, everyone was already sewn up there. So I stayed there for 4 years before I even started getting demo calls or even touring calls. And where did I work? I worked at the wonderful Red Lobster for 3 years. So I would like to, if people get out of music college or they want to drum for a living and they're good enough, I'm going to be a little bit of a hard ass here and say the prerequisite, are you pro? We can't have somebody coming in that doesn't know what they're doing. But so there'll be auditions. The point is we want to have these people that are out of a music school in Alberta or music school in Toronto, music school in LA, right into gigs that are a legit career, and it be a I guess a significant income instead of just I'm playing. Nothing wrong with playing bars. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But you get it. We want to offer career options for people right out of college.
That's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
Yeah. Somebody loves it. Yeah. That's awesome.
That's wicked. For some reason, I'm not getting any of the scroll on my end, so I don't know what's going on. Could be that I don't have an iPhone. I don't know.
Oh, anything scrolling?
No, I don't have the scroll. It's it's stopped, and it's from the beginning.
It's people joining and doing different things. But so that's Collective Soul is obviously something I'm real proud of, and we got new music we're always recording and coming out next year. But as a business, I'm still doing my stick company, but as a main focus, I think I'm being pretty smart too. It's not like I'm in like 9 bands. We are at Paul's house or in my studio anytime we can, at least twice a week, 3 times a week. And I think that only advice I would give like younger folks is to really, you know, for all the experience of like 35 years of experience, I'm now realizing, own a band. Like, own a band. Don't just go do gigs.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be a hypocrite because I know I just said that the idea of like we are going to hire people to be in our band, but we're also going to make it lucrative and the incentives are going to be there for, it's not just going to be some, cool, come in here for $50 for NU80. It's going to be legit pay for the people to do the gigs and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I like the idea. It's a good idea for sure. There isn't anything really out there. But there is always that rumor that Kiss has been doing that for a long time and calling it Kiss. Have you heard about that?
I just saw Kiss before we toured, and I did speak to Eric Singer, and it was really him. But I told that story last night to my friend. This is my Kiss story. So I've never seen Kiss, and I saw them and in Atlanta, and John Leinenkugel of the famous beer company Leinenkugel's Beer, we're friends and through the band, and he's like, you gotta meet. He's got the Wisconsin, Minnesota accent, and he's like, you gotta meet Johnny Rabb to Eric Singer. I was late with the guys to do their meet and greet. And he comes in full Kiss hat outfit, you know, and he's like, which one's Johnny? And like I wasn't there. So then during the meet and greet, I saw him in his outfit, and he thought me and the monitor mix engineer Craig were brothers. We get always, are you guys twins? And we finally started saying, yeah, we're twins. Yeah, he's basically like, I thought he said, are you drummers? And I'm like, no. And he goes, are you brothers? And imagine, they look like, you know, they're in the wax museum because they're in their outfits. And I'm like, this is the weirdest thing to see Paul Stanley. I've met Gene Simmons at Starbucks in L.A., and he's out of costume, makeup. Very nice. But this time, I'm like, oh, cool, Eric, you know. And it's so weird because I'm like, how do you play in that outfit, number one? I'd love to know if he changed his shoes. First, I would. There's no way I'm playing those weird boots.
I'm kidding.
I don't know. So, like, this is the funniest thing. So imagine we're there, and the show ends, and I've not really got to talk to him. This one tripped me out. So, you know, like you see the old school thing where it's the hallway for the professional players to go back to wherever the back is or whatever, or the back of their dressing room or their locker room, like a hockey arena, right?
Yeah.
There's like 150 people like waiting in this big dumb line. My mind's like, the Kiss dudes are probably like in an airplane now or some sort of. I heard rumors that Gene Simmons literally folds up his bat wings and gets inside of an SUV and like goes in full uniform.
Yeah, I'm usually the guy driving them.
Good. Anyhow,
whenever I do shows up here, I'm the guy that's usually the getaway guy.
Perfect. So I'm thinking Eric Singer's long gone. My mindset is not in that headspace either. Of like, I need to talk to him. I have to. It's not even there. And but this one made me surreal moment. I hear clip, 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 clip. You know, like this boots running. He had just finished.
Oh, I got 24 seconds left on here. It's saying.
One more second.
It says 18, 17 seconds left.
All right.
Sign up. Wrap up.
Okay.
We'll sign up.
We'll talk about.
Thank you, Johnny. We'll do another one to do the Kiss story on its own. Want to do that?